I'll continue to yell at you for using milk crates for your graphic novels, you fucking idiot.
And my records, actually.
Your record? What kind of records do you got?
Vinyls.
Vinyl? You have vinyl? Like there's something
aren't all records vinyl?
I thought so.
Just gonna throw that.
Well, I got like a third place record on. I made like a record in third place for a decathlon.
Okay,
Like a record for a decathlon?
Is that in a milk crate?
Listen to music while you're running.
Dude, there are short boxes for vinyl too.
Okay.
And bags and boards.
All right, everyone, are you ready? Are you done?
No, go ahead.
All right.
Do what you gotta do.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hello and welcome to the 16th episode of Damage Control Podcasting, a professionally unprofessional look at the conventions, ideas, and genres of filmmaking. I am here with
Daniel Newkirk.
Mike Stanbridge.
Finally back. It's been a while.
It
I
has.
feel like we need to hit back with the saddle again right now.
I'm back there on the saddle again.
No,
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith. Oh,
not whatever the hell that was.
I went all the way old school. I went old school Western 1950s.
Take your records out of your shirt box.
Back in the saddle again.
All right, that's a little bit closer.
Yeah,
There
whatever.
Okay.
I've seen them live too. It's like,
I saw them when they were with Fuel. Who did you see them with?
I
Just Push Play.
God, I don't even remember who they were. I think it was just a solo show. It was in. It was one of those. Lawn shows at the
Fair or something.
No. It was like one of those things where it was just like Aerosmith and like.
Like a
some like random opening act, and I was getting laid out in the grass, and there was lots of beer. I don't remember,
All right, now we know it's a lie.
No, it was in St. Louis. It was like that thing in St. Louis.
It's Mike getting laid. We know this is a lie.
I did. That was a long time ago, dude.
Well,
there was a blanket and a chick. I remember it.
What era?
Aerosmith blasting over my head.
What era was it?
Mm-hmm.
What album had just come out?
Oh God, did they? It was a long time ago. It was it was at least
80s?
15 years ago. 15 years ago.
All right. So. Anyways,
it was in the 80s. God, no. In the 80s, no. I could get laid I could just put an Aerosmith album on and get laid. No. It was
anyways, I'm drinking my Monster out of my Christmas present Mike gave me. All right, moving on to news. Okay.
What? No follow up on that? No explanation?
Nope.
Just hey, you guys can see it.
None needed. I feel like it's in the picture if you go to our Instagram.
We have an Instagram.
Yeah,
all right, cool.
I posted something for the first time.
Awesome.
The Venom trailer. Thoughts? I liked it.
It's got potential. I'll wait to see more, but I was not hugely impressed with it. If you're gonna have a Venom movie, we should have seen Venom in the trailer.
We saw the symbiote.
Not really.
I think
not really.
I think Venom should have followed upon the ending of Infinity War, the second episode of Infinity War. If it was going to be a movie, I don't think it's going to. I'm not a fan at this point. I mean, it's just gonna. It should have.
I also really don't like Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I was
dude.
unimpressed.
Did you read the comics?
The Venom, no.
Okay, there you go.
But Tom Hardy.
Do you know who Eddie Brock is?
Yeah.
Okay. What? All right. All right. Let's nail down Adam here.
Okay.
Adam, who's Eddie Brock?
Well, in the Fox animated.
No.
show,
No. Who is Eddie Brock?
That's all I know him from.
All right. What do you know him from?
The
all right.
Fox
Tell me.
animated show.
Okay. Tell me who Eddie Brock is.
He was. He worked at the Daily Bugle with. Peter
Yes,
Parker.
he did.
That's all I know him from.
He worked at the Daily Bugle, and what was his backstory?
He had mental issues. That's why.
He had mental.
That's why.
Well, he did.
Eventually, he did. Yeah.
If I remember right, he was a football player.
Yes.
And he was a college football player.
Right.
And that sounds just like Tom Hardy.
Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think Tom Hardy could have been a good Eddie Brock, but the way that his voice is and the way that they have him
Eddie Brock without
I don't like it.
Eddie Brock without the Peter Parker jealousy and Venom, or I'm sorry, the symbiote without the Spider-Man hatred, it doesn't work. I mean, it just does not work for me.
We'll have to
And
do
that
it.
was the whole point of the character. Those two hated individual person. It's a bit like Two-Face in Batman. Okay? Two-Face was an effective villain because one hated Bruce Wayne, one hated Batman, but both of them on individual levels liked the other. So it's Venom didn't hate Peter Parker. Venom hated Spider-Man.
Well, not exactly.
Well, I mean, realistically, though. I guess it's a bad analogy, but
Venom is a jilted lover to Peter Parker. Like Venom was a woman scorned
to Spider-Man.
Yeah, to
Spider-Man, not necessarily Peter Parker.
Well, Venom can't tell the difference. Venom sees Peter Parker and Spider-Man as the same. It's Eddie Brock who doesn't know the difference. Like there's one scene where, or one panel, like Eddie is going to Peter Parker's house, shit talking him basically, and he walks away and like he talks to the Venoms and be like, "Why are you freaking out so bad?" Because the Venom reacted to Peter Parker.
Right. You're right.
Where are you going? Are you leaving on that note? Oh.
No, I'm still fighting a cold here. I need to go.
I thought you were like, I'm out.
No.
Mic drop, I'm gone.
Yeah, done.
Done! All right, and we're on from Venom.
Anyone more? Any last?
No, we'll wait and see what happens.
Okay.
With that.
Yeah, I mean, there's still way too far to make an impression, but right now I'm unimpressed with it.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm sure both of you got a lot to say about this one. The Deadpool 2 trailer.
Awesome!
I like it.
Awesome.
I am very excited.
Stoked.
I hate Josh Brolin as Cable.
I love Josh Brolin as Cable. I'm going to be honest.
Couldn't give a shit. Couldn't give a shit because Ryan Reynolds is still in it. Ryan Reynolds owns it, and it was brilliant. I mean, the whole Toy Story. That was just insanely cool. I don't care about Cable being in it. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome because
Do you think
Ryan Reynolds rules?
Do you think the meta stuff is going to stand the test? Like, if we watch this movie 10 years from now, is it meta stuff?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Oh, it's fucking brilliant. I mean, Ryan Reynolds knows his shit. I mean, and it's very rare that you get an actor who's so involved and so knows his character and so knows the comic. I mean, it's fucking brilliant. I'm stoked.
Yeah, Ryan's going to do a fantastic job. And with the meta comments, like the first movie didn't have too much meta-ness in it. Like there was fourth wall breaking because he was talking to the crowd, and really the only meta moments were all like in the trailers or at the very end where he's like, "Oh, we could get Keira Knightley to play Cable or whatever." So I think like that's going to be kind of the same MO for Deadpool, that we're not going to see a lot of meta stuff in the movie, but in the trailers and all the promotional material surrounding it.
He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He knows that character. It's that character was written for him. I mean, it really was, guys.
I've only seen the movie once, but they didn't.
I've only seen Deadpool once.
Deadpool once, yeah.
Oh my God! But you've seen Justice League twice?
3 times.
Oh God,
my
why do you
God!
hate Adam, tell me who hurt you when you were younger to hate this trash.
Dude,
Ryan Reynolds.
I'd rather stick needles into my balls
Then watch Justice
than watch Justice League once.
No, hang on. I had a point. In the comic books, right? In the Deadpool comic books, there's two different bubbles. There's what Wade says, and then there's the thought bubble.
Well, there's 2 different thought bubble colors. The narrator bubbles. There's a yellow and a white that usually argue.
So one's the crazy side, and one's his thoughts or his consciousness.
That's the theory, but it's never really been confirmed.
Because that's what I was saying. They didn't really play into. I don't know how they would, but they didn't really play into it, did they?
That's true. They didn't really do that. The Deadpool video game does that great, but that's something that you can't really do in film very well.
Yeah,
okay.
But it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys read the Internet Movie Database synopsis for Deadpool 2?
Oh, hell yeah.
I did not.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Would you like?
Look it up real quick.
Yeah, if you have it, let's read it.
After surviving a near-fatal bovine attack, a disfigured cafeteria chef, Wade Wilson struggles to fulfill his dream of becoming Mayberry's hottest bartender while also learning to cope with his lost sense of taste. Searching to regain his spice for life, as well as a flux capacitor, Wade must battle ninjas, the Yakuza, and a pack of sexually aggressive canines as he journeys around the world to discover the importance of family, friendship, and flavor. Finding a new taste for adventure and earning the coveted coffee mug title of World's Best Lover.
That's awesome.
That's the official synopsis of the movie.
That is incredible.
Yeah, that's got to be Ryan. Brian had to write that.
Now,
Fox does a lot of things very, very poorly. They're doing Deadpool spot
now
on.
on the Internet Movie Database, it's under Untitled Deadpool Sequel. That's not the official title, is it?
I really hope it is now.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's just Deadpool 2, but I really hope
I think
it
it's
is.
going to be unofficial. I would imagine that he's going to do that.
Okay, so
Well, it releases really soon to be unofficial Deadpool title. Like, maybe is what they're going to call the movie.
but
That would be awesome. if they
did you
did.
guys
Next,
see?
it releases in May? June? May?
It's May, but
Yeah.
it's like the first part of May. They had to reschedule it between
They rescheduled
Solo
it.
and Infinity War, so it
Right.
comes out like the weekend between, and it's going to destroy both of them probably.
Okay, so did you guys see the possible X-Force team? Bless you.
Thank you. Yes, the one with Domino at the very end.
We
and the
got,
helicopter?
I believe, correct me, you guys know these comics better than I do, but is it Domino, then Shatterstar was in the background in the yellow outfit, Terry, what's his face, the big black dude, is GW Bridge,
Mm-hmm.
and the other guy is possibly Phantom X, Chamber, or Zeitgeist.
That would be very interesting. If that's what they're doing, that'd be awesome. I did catch Domino in that scene, but I didn't catch that scene well enough.
None of the characters are credited. I went to the Internet Movie Database, and the actors are still uncredited as to who they are.
Good, and that's the way they need to leave it.
I hope it's Phantom X, though. I like that character.
Here we go. Here's a good shot of it. There we go.
So the dude in the yellow helmet, that's got to be Shatterstar, right?
Shatterstar? Not likely.
Well, who do you
No,
think
that
it is?
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Shatter. Well, no, okay, yeah, okay. So it's not. It doesn't look like a yellow helmet, but it does look like the
Yeah, that's
metal
what I mean.
bands that Shatterstar wears. So yeah, that's got to be GW Bridge in front. Although he really wasn't. I don't think he was X-Force for very long, if he was even X-Force. And then yeah, Domino with the afro, because that is 100% from the comics when they were doing the flashback series for Deadpool. And yeah, you can't see that guy very
But
well.
On the internet, they're saying it's either Phantom X, Chamber, or Zeitgeist.
Chamber.
It looks more like Chamber than anyone else because
Yeah.
you can kind of see behind Deadpool's arm. He's got something in the center. And Phantom X, like if Phantom X isn't wearing his iconic mask, then I think they're doing something wrong there.
All right. So before I move on, anything else on Deadpool 2?
Cannot wait to see it.
Stoked.
So we're divided.
No, we're ready to go, man.
What do you not like it?
No, I
How can you not like Deadpool?
don't like humor.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So you don't like happiness. I forget.
Okay, so moving on. The Han Solo trailer.
What about it?
What are your thoughts?
I was unimpressed.
Not
I
ready.
dug it.
Not about it. Yeah, there's no humor.
No, he goes. It's okay. We're all right. We made it. We're all right.
Yeah,
that was humor.
Uh-huh.
That was humor.
That was humor. Wasn't
Do you
it?
think that? Do you think that's the Kessel Run at the end with the giant Lovecraft?
Probably they're gonna fuck it all up. Yeah. I'm not ready, dude. I'm not about it. It's.
So wait,
Unless they do like a thing with like Rogue One where almost everyone dies, you're introducing these major characters that have never shown up again anywhere in the Star Wars film with the exception of Lando.
Han, Chewbacca,
Yeah, who's the rest of the crew?
All right, Chuck says hi.
some robot, droid.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this: do you guys have a problem with the way he's portraying Han Solo?
I haven't seen it, so I don't know yet. But I'm just.
Wait,
from
you haven't seen the
outside.
trailer yet?
I've seen the trailer.
Oh,
but I haven't seen the
okay.
movie
What do you
yet.
think of that?
Haven't seen. Having not seen the movie, yeah. Fuck this guy. I don't. Dude, once they brought in Ron Howard, I was done. I mean, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna see it. Of course, I see every Star Wars movie, but I just don't. You know, if they do the Kessel Run, bogus. I don't care. I don't care about the Kessel Run. It's a joke. I don't care to see the actual Fizbin game that Han Solo won the Millennium Falcon. I just don't. I'm not that interested in it. Really, I mean, I'm not interested in Han Solo's backstory. I'm really not. I mean, it's all a fucking joke. I mean,
So what
you're just screwing up the Holy Trilogy. The Holy Trilogy by creating this backstory of junk that we don't want to know about. You know, we really don't. We don't want to know. We don't want to know how Han Solo won the Millennium Falcon. I mean, that was a throwaway line. It's awesome. It's in the context of itself. It's great that he won this ship from Lando and that they're buddies. But I don't want to see how the relationship formed. I mean, it's enough as it is.
I half agree with Mike.
Yeah.
I love seeing more Star Wars content, and especially like going backwards and seeing different things that the pieces connect. Like Rogue One, I freaking loved Rogue One. I thought Rogue One was incredible. And I like seeing the lines connect. So I don't mind seeing some lines connecting with Han Solo, but I agree. I don't think they should be answering the myths. The game with Lando and the Kessel Run are better off left mysterious.
Yeah, exactly. Now I would love to see how he pissed off Jabba.
That
would be cool.
That's what I would want to see. I want to see the movie.
That's all I care about.
Yeah, I want to see it one of two ways. Either
there's a book that came out. I don't remember what book it was, but within that book, one of the characters stated that Han completely made that Kessel Run bullshit up. Like he's lying about how fast
Yeah, well, that's what we always expected. You know,
the big thing with the Kessel Run is that because he talks about, I made it in this many parsecs and parsecs is a measurement of distance, not time.
Yeah.
So, like, there's been a lot of people talking about it.
But they've explained it to where it's like, say you're driving from Quincy to Hannibal, it takes 20 miles. I don't know how long it is. Say it takes 20 miles. Why, fuck it, doesn't make sense then. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so basically...
9 minutes was the record in Quincy High in 1988. So.
What I'm saying is like that character in that book. I wish I could remember what book, because I looked it up and I forgot to write it down. That character stated that, like, Han Solo is a liar. Like, he just made that shit up.
Right.
Which would make sense. I also think, if I remember right, they tried to explain that in the EU books by saying that, like, the Kessel sector is full of, like, the gravitational
and he was
black
making
holes.
jumps. He was making dangerous jumps.
Yeah, and basically it's the Kessel Run is getting from one end of the sector to the other in the least amount of distance because the black holes pull you in, and that's how they tried to explain it. But basically, it was just science fail in the first movie.
But once again, who cares? All we care about is how he pissed off Jabba.
Right, okay,
yeah, like I wouldn't mind seeing that, or I wouldn't mind seeing the life bond between Han and Chewie show up.
Sure.
And then
absolutely.
I want that movie to end with the Falcon being Lando's ship still.
Right.
You know.
But hang on.
I want to see either of those two movies.
Hang on.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I know what you guys want and don't want to see. What I'm asking is, there's a lot of people are complaining that he's not portraying the cool as ice smuggler.
Oh, absolutely. You know that's not going to happen because Ron Howard is now the fucking director, or was the final fucking director on it. So
what's his supposed age in this movie? What is not the actor? What's the character's supposed age in this movie?
Oh, he's Luke's age. He's like 1920s.
Okay, how old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
I'm fucking ancient. Why? What do you want to know?
Did you act the same when you were 16, 17, 19 years old?
Do you realize who you're talking to?
Did you act the same?
I am much more chill now than I ever was.
Exactly. So I don't know what people are bitching about. The dude can't be born a cool as ice smuggler. Like he's got to make mistakes. And like the line where whatever character goes, I know what you really are, and he goes, what am I? And he's got that shit-eating grin on his face, and then it drops, and he's got that, like, what are you about to say type look on his face. I love that because he's not the cool guy yet.
Yeah, I would agree. Like if we're doing the origins of Han Solo, he is going to be much different because that shows character development from who he was into the character he is now. I like that.
That seems like what a lot of the bitching is. It's not.
Those people are stupid.
Okay.
I mean that's how it is. I mean, if you don't understand how character development works, then you have no reason to bitch about character development.
One last thing. I'll move on. What do you guys think about the hair?
On Han?
Uh-huh.
I guess I didn't notice anything special about it.
I didn't know it. Do you guys think it's the Harrison Ford hair, or do you think it's trying too hard to be the Harrison Ford hair?
It seemed okay. I will admit that like some of the scenes looked like okay, this is a young Harrison Ford, and some of the scenes in the trailer, I'm like, this is a kid in daddy's clothes.
Okay.
In a few of the shots.
Fair enough. Jessica Jones season 2 trailer thoughts.
Oh, I
Ready
didn't
to rock,
see
dude.
that.
Ready to rock.
We are not. I thought it was boring.
Oh, come on, dude.
And I thought once Disney bought that, I thought they were pulling all of Marvel
No,
stuff off Netflix.
they're pulling all Marvel content, but they can't pull the Defenders. So they're going to continue on with the
I thought the Punisher was the last thing they were going to release.
No,
until-
they can't. No, they can't. Punisher, Daredevil, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage and Jessica Jones will continue on Netflix.
See, I thought they were moving it all over to the
No, they
Disney
can't. They
Channel.
can't. They've already. The contracts are. It's a lot like the Fox stuff with Marvel.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So the Netflix owns the rights to the Defenders.
Okay.
So they're
I
going
was
to continue.
I was
continue
bored.
on. And it's fine. It's because Netflix does a much better job than what I think. I think that.
Did you not watch it? Are you watching it right now?
I'm watching it right now with the sound off. Yes.
I called you. Yeah.
No, I'm stoked. I'm very stoked. Jessica Jones is a great show. I mean, the first season was awesome. Second season is probably going to be just as awesome, especially coming off of the mistakes they've made on Iron Fist and Defenders, which were
It looks like they're going to turn
pretty candy.
I really like Defenders. I just wish it was longer. Like that season should have been another 5 episodes. At the end.
I look at Defenders the same way as I look at Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad was awesome because Batman vs Superman sucked so hard that we need that something that Suicide Squad was just enough better to make it awesome. In retrospect, Suicide Squad sucks balls.
I just
But coming off of that at the movies, Batman vs Superman was so horrible that we needed a palate cleaner. We went and saw Suicide Squad, and it was okay, but it was awesome because it was okay. Because Batman vs Superman sucks so bad. Now, Iron Fist sucks so bad on Netflix.
The Batman v Superman levels.
Iron Fist sucked hard. It was terrible. We watched it all the way through, and it was just like, oh God, why did I watch this all the way through? Oh, it was because Luke Cage was fucking insanely, incredibly good.
He was in Iron Fist?
Huh?
He was in the show Iron Fist?
No. It was a Marvel show on Netflix.
Right.
Luke Cage is still the best Marvel show of all time.
Luke Cage was pretty great.
Luke Cage is insanely good. But then we watched Iron Fist, and Iron Fist was awful. We get to Defenders, and Defenders was mediocre. But coming off of Iron Fist, it was incredibly good.
Yeah,
But you go back and watch Defenders for the second time or third time if you're really, really bored and you're drinking a lot of tequila. It's not that great.
Sigourney Weaver is so good looking.
Huh?
Yes.
Sigourney Weaver's always awesome, but it's still not that great.
I'm just saying she's good looking still.
So I think Jessica Jones, the first season was awesome, was great, but I think the second season is going to be just another level up from Defenders. I mean, it's going to be great because Defenders was it was mediocre.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I like Defenders. I thought it should have been another 5 or 6 episodes long because
Absolutely, yeah.
like most of those team up things, you spend half the season, half the movie getting people teamed up,
Right.
and then it's a real quick climax, and that was always really frustrating. So I thought Defenders should have been like 5 or
Just
6
like
more
in the orgy.
episodes.
Yeah.
And then for Iron Fist, I enjoyed Iron Fist. It was the worst of them. I wouldn't call it bad. Like I would rather watch Iron Fist start to finish again than some of the other shows I've watched start to finish. But I think the big issue with Iron Fist is
He doesn't yell Iron Fist.
No.
Every Marvel, all the Netflix Marvel movies have had a different theme and feel. Daredevil was your traditional superhero. Jessica Jones was your private investigation. Luke Cage was very urban, and we wanted wuxia martial arts for Iron Fist, and we got corporate espionage.
Well,
So I think that
don't
was
know
a
if that's-
huge letdown.
I don't know if that's necessarily what we were expecting.
That's sure as hell what I was expecting.
I actually, for Iron Fist, what would have saved it for me is if halfway through he would have met Luke Cage and they would have,
I did like seeing.
now I know that in Luke Cage season 2, they are going to go. It's going to be Luke Cage Iron Fist. It's going to be Heroes for Hire. They are actually going to. They've already. I read some interviews and they said they were going to placate the fans of Heroes for Hire, and so in season 2 of Luke Cage, it's going to be Danny and Luke and Heroes for Hire and all that fun stuff, which is what I wanted out of Iron Fist, because I mean,
hopefully
realistically, Iron Fist has always been a lame kind of character. He really is.
Hopefully, Iron Fist gets his costume. Like that's the one thing I wanted.
Yeah.
Like I like seeing superheroes in their superhero costumes,
Sure.
and I really want Danny to
Well,
get his costume.
I
love
absolutely
the tattoo on the chest. I
absolutely,
really like that.
I thought it was absolutely Luke Cage in his actual comic book costume, going, "What the fuck am I wearing?"
That was great.
Awesome.
That was incredibly
So
well done.
I agree in the modernization of that character. We don't want to see Luke Cage in his old school.
No, but I mean, anymore, even in his modern costume, he is just jeans and a t-shirt kind of guy.
Sure.
Sure. So as Adam called me out, I just watched the Jessica Jones trailer with subtitles on, and
Spanish subtitles though.
well, of course. I think it looks good. I don't think it'll be as good as the first one. Like they're doing.
No, they can't. It can't be as good as the first one. I mean, and really, if they've launched David Tennant's career as a supervillain, I mean, if you looked at the trailer for
Bad Samaritan.
Bad Samaritan, oh my God, that looks fucking insanely good.
Yeah. So my issues with Jessica Jones is that they're falling into that sequel trope, which is kind of annoying to me, and that is someone dark comes from your past to explain your mysterious powers, and now you must go back to explain your origins. And that's season 2 of Jessica Jones, and that is such a frustrating trope.
I'd rather see from Jessica Jones. I'd rather see her and Misty Knight teaming up and forming the detective agency and the comic book style.
Well, I mean, we did see a team
It
between.
looks like they're going to bring in the news reporter who was it in the comic book. She's a superhero.
Trish Tilby.
Yeah. Her the radio show in this.
The Patsy Walker.
Yeah,
she was Hellcat.
It looks like they're
Hellcat,
bringing
yeah.
her in this season.
Yeah, which would be cool.
Now that would be
she
cool.
was
If
in
they
the
could-
first
if they could bring
season.
in Damien, that would be awesome.
Hellstrom?
Yeah.
That would be neat. And there is talk that Ghost Rider could be seen show up in some of these Netflix shows. They're not going to do Robbie Reyes because that's obviously
Nick
on.
Cage.
Right.
Nick Cage is going to show up.
No, not Nick Cage.
Hopefully
ever again.
not. Hopefully not.
Taking a look at me like,
He's
what?
not going to be involved in Marvel ever again, as far as
One thing that I'm gonna pull out from the trailer is they call Captain America out by name, which is the first time they've done that in any of the Netflix shows. All of the other Netflix shows, they reference the big green guy or the Thunder God
Or the incident.
The incident. This is the first time they came out and said Captain America and referenced one of the other superheroes. So I think that's interesting, and I hope that means for a more combined continuity with the MCU.
Or they're going to be in the Infinity War.
That I would lose my shit if they show up in Infinity War.
That'd be awesome.
I would so love that.
I tell you what. If they, I'm assuming all three of us are going to go together. If they show up in Infinity War, I will buy a Marvel T-shirt and wear it.
Yeah, you heard it here.
There you go.
I would lose my shit. I would cheer.
You're going to
when
be
they
wearing a
show
Marvel
up.
T-shirt in MallCon anyway. You need to put on your goddamn Superman outfit that I bought you.
Batman.
Whatever.
All right, moving on. Is everyone done with Jessica Jones?
Yes.
Okay, moving on. You guys probably don't have any interest in this. I do. Mission Impossible Fallout trailer.
Didn't see it.
Didn't give a shit.
Dude, it's got. We see the infamous mustache on Cavill. Sexy. It looks good. He looks huge. He looks bigger than he does as Superman.
Mm-hmm.
The stunts. You know how I am with stunts.
Yeah.
I don't watch porn, man.
They look awesome. The stunts look amazing. So I'm pretty stoked. So
Tom Cruise in this one?
Tom Cruise
You have
in
fun
this
with
one,
that.
yeah. He broke his leg. They made a big deal about him breaking his foot or something.
Oh yeah. I saw that. What is this like? Mission Impossible like 7 now? Is that what it is?
No. 6.
6.
Mission
Okay.
Impossible 6. Yeah.
Jeez.
Dude, he's 56, 57, man. He's still rocking the stunts.
Tom Cruise? Yeah.
I just can't believe they still are making the Mission Impossible movies. Like, the first one was good, and then they all kind of dropped downhill after that.
I think they're the Fast and Furious of the action movies.
That's pretty fair.
That genre.
That's pretty fair.
If Drive,
What was that new one that the Rock came out? There's
Skyscraper,
yeah, dude, that looks awesome.
Die Hard with one leg.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. That looks great. That's almost better than Rampage. I'm all about the Rock.
Guy, he's getting all of his movies out
before he runs for president. Yeah, it's great. I mean, he's gonna be.
Well, yeah, because
dude, I'm all about that. I'll be
president
voting, man.
He should be shutting down all of his PR outside of the presidential race.
Yeah, let's get all the cool stuff out there. Yeah,
he should be shutting all of that down, like a good president does.
Sure.
Anyways, Michael Bay could direct a Lobo flick.
Huh? Michael Bay couldn't direct his fucking way out of the bathroom.
He's trying to.
If anyone needs,
and then the toilet explodes. And I leave.
Anyone needs a gratuitous explosion as Lobo. So
yeah,
now
there you go.
Guy Ritchie got pretty far on it, got greenlit and everything, and then it just fell apart. I would rather see a Guy Ritchie Lobo flick than a Michael Bay Lobo.
That's fair. Again, I would agree with you. Do they know who's playing Lobo yet?
I don't think it's that far.
Okay.
Who would you want to play Lobo? Who would you want to play Lobo?
Lobo?
Oh God!
And not The Rock. The Rock. Would be
The Rock, because he does everything well.
The Rock will be president this time.
President Rock.
Who's a big? You know who would do it? You know, I don't really like him personally, but he's got like the thickness of Lobo.
No, you know what?
Russell Crowe.
I could get behind Russell Crowe. I would pick Manu Bennett.
Who's he?
He was Crixus in Spartacus.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Deathstroke in Arrow.
But does he got that? Does he have? Because Russell Crowe, even in real life, has I know who you're talking about. Has that bad boy kind of like.
No, you know what?
Russell Crowe could pull it off. I just think he might be a little old and his voice is aged. Because Lobo's going to be mostly makeup and voice acting.
Dude, man, from Guardians.
Michael Rooker?
No, not the other. The other one.
Who do you play?
Dave Bautista?
Yes, Dave Bautista.
Oh no,
Dave Bautista could play Lobo. Yeah, absolutely.
What about Ray Romano's brother who voiced him in
Bautista would be awesome as Lobo. He'd be fan friendly. He'd be awesome. He'd do whatever. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess I could kind of see that.
I'm hashtagging Russell.
I can see Bautista as Lobo. I really could. All right. Whatever.
Okay.
All right.
We're not even to the birthdays yet. Mike's making up for missing a couple episodes, so he's really.
Right.
All right. Joaquin Phoenix is in talks to play the Joker in the solo flick.
Fuck Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh no, fuck
Go
you.
away.
Joaquin Phoenix, I think he could be a great Joker.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Come on, man.
Name one movie he's done that would give you that.
Well, yeah. Really, give me an instance where he could.
Yeah.
Okay. So the two that I hark back to are Gladiator and I think it's 8mm.
No, he's Gladiator.
And
Gladiator. He's a nice guy though. He's a nice guy.
But he's got a sense of humor in 8mm. And Gladiator, he's a total douchebag, power tripping guy. And I think between those two that he could pull it off. I am not an instant no.
No way.
If he takes the work like Heath Ledger took the work, like seriously, he could pull it off.
I want to bring up Heath Ledger.
Because I never would have guessed Heath Ledger would make the best Joker.
Right,
ever.
I will agree with you. Okay, I will agree with you, but I want to bring that up because I saw clips of what the dude on Gotham is doing. Whoever gets, and he's doing a good job, but whoever gets this solo flick, I don't want to rehash the Ledger. It seemed like Leto was trying to
that's a bubble universe.
Like I don't
that whole Batman series is a bubble universe.
Let's not rehash Heath Ledger at all.
The Heath Ledger Joker was it's a bubble universe that was a what do you call it? He's a war vet And
No, I just meant like the dude on Gotham. He's kind of the boy.
no, I know.
The
What I'm
boys
saying is
Ledger.
the Nolan Batman Joker that's a bubble universe. That's not the real Joker. I mean, it was great for what it was, but that's
Right.
not our Joker. That's not the comic book Joker. That's not what the Joker is all about. That's a bubble universe Joker. It has nothing to do with the real Joker. It's nothing to do with falling into acid and being bad shit loony. That's a and if you look at it in context from that movie, he's a war vet. Okay,
Right. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is the actors who are portraying him.
I understand that, but it's a bubble universe Joker. Don't compare. It's what I want to say. It's an Elseworlds Joker. It's nothing to do with our Joker. It's absolutely nothing to do with our Joker.
I don't think I don't agree with that at all.
Really?
Because Joker has gone through very different stages of his life. And all of our live action Jokers take a sliver of that. Like the comic book Joker is so big.
You have to look at that as an Elseworlds Joker, though. I mean,
you got to look at every DCU as an Elseworlds.
All right, but that particular Joker, I mean, he was he was scarred differently. He was brandished differently. He knew how to handle weapons automatically. I mean, he's obviously a veteran. He's obviously a veteran. I mean,
the only weapons you really see him use are a couple.
The rocket launcher, the guns, the everything, the flamethrower. I mean, every damn thing in the movie, dude.
Yeah, but it didn't look like instant
if you watch that
familiarity.
movie, he's a military veteran. I mean, he was scarred overseas. I mean, it's all post traumatic stress. That's what drove him insane.
Actually, Joseph Nolan, the guy who wrote
everybody has said that. I mean, it's I mean, and it's obvious if you watch the movie. This is a different kind of Joker. It's not even close to the Joker that we've become to, that we grew up with. That was dropped in the acid and just went instantly batshit fucking loony, which is what I love.
Both right, actually, it's not stated in the movie, but Joseph Nolan, the guy who wrote Goyer, did say he's a war vet.
Yeah, okay, but it's obvious from context too.
Right, but what I'm saying is that all the versions of the live-action Joker take a sliver of Joker's main personality, which has been varied over 50 years of comic books, and they try and embody that small sliver. So our Jack Nicholson was I'm a posh gangster Joker from like the 60s and 70s.
The Jack Nicholson Joker,
and then
is the classic 1940s, 1950s, 1960s Joker. I mean, he's gangster Joker, but the whole thing is, I mean,
yeah, Heath Ledger is portraying more the Avatar of Chaos Joker that we saw in the 90s, early 2000s, where Leto's Joker is playing.
No, he's nothing. I don't think that Leto. Fuck Leto. But I don't think that Ledger's Joker has anything to do. Ledger's Joker was a political statement. He was, and I mean, once again, I mean, yes, it has been stated by the director.
Right.
He is a post-traumatic stress Joker. He was somebody that was captured.
Right. I'm not
scarred.
I'm not
and then
disputing that. I'm just saying that he embodied a certain aspect of Joker's personality. And when I saw Ledger's Joker, I saw the Joker who shot Barbara Gordon.
Really?
Yes, I saw that era of Joker. That's the era of Joker I saw. And
no, I don't.
You
I don't see
can't
that.
take every aspect of the Joker and put him into one Joker because his personality is so varied. So you have to do these slivered snapshots to make it work for a movie.
I think Mark Hamill's Joker is more the Joker that shot Barbara Gordon.
Mark Hamill's Joker
literally did shoot Barbara Gordon.
Yes.
Mark Hamill's Joker is phenomenal.
Eventually, but I mean, but Mark Hamill's Joker from the '90s. I mean, that's the Joker that. I mean, that's the Joker that created Harley Quinn. That's the Joker that just didn't give a fuck. I mean, Mark Hamill's Joker is the literal Joker. I mean, he is the one that just did not give a fuck.
Yeah, because you have that time to build that character over what did it have? Like 50 episodes?
Well, he
three
wasn't
seasons?
in all of it.
3 seasons?
4 seasons, but
Four seasons.
Yeah,
but-
so, I mean,
but he doesn't in all. I mean, he's only in every 15th episode, but whatever.
Sure, but he was probably the most popular villain of the Batman animated series.
I mean,
You
Joker's
have
always the
time.
most popular villain of any Batman series. But
Sure, but you have that time to develop that character.
Yeah.
Just like Cesar Romero's Joker, you have time to build that character over multiple different episodes.
Sure.
So for movies, you have to take a sliver and a snapshot. And you're right. Ledger's Joker is not every aspect of Joker, but he was a specific sliver of that Joker, and I think he was
Ledger's Joker was all about Ledger's Joker was all about punishing society in general, punishing the status quo. It wasn't about the chaos that the other Jokers, the other Jokers were all about chaos, and Ledger's Joker was about punishing the status quo. They were about he was about punishing the police, punishing the people that hurt him. There was a reasoning behind Ledger's Joker. There is no reason behind all the other Jokers. All the other Jokers are just like, let's kill people.
Yeah,
Ledger's Joker was like Ledger's, as much as he said,
Let me turn the mic down a little
I'm sorry. As much as Ledger's Joker said that let's bring a little chaos to the universe, he was about punishing the people that hurt him. He was about punching people in the eye that kicked him in the balls, and that's all it was about. So it's a totally different kind of Joker. I'm sorry, that's me.
All I meant was
and
stop.
Leto was a joke. But
all I meant was stop mimicking Heath Ledger. That's all I meant.
Whoever takes up the role for Joker, I hope they're able to make that person their own. And I thought Leto did a decent job making his Joker not seem like Ledger's Joker.
Well,
now whether I agree with it or not is a different story, but he wasn't entirely
up
like
the Harley
Ledger.
Quinn character, the Harley Quinn dichotomy there. But
Yeah, and that was one thing I didn't like about Suicide Squad is the romanticizing between Joker and Harley.
It's driven me nuts. In the retail business, it drives me nuts because I try to, like, no, you don't. No, you do not want to buy this for your 5-year-old girl. This is not. I want to be in a romantic relationship like Joker someday. Me and Harley. No, dude, no. All right, this is not something you want to romanticize. It's not a good relationship.
Okay.
It's like Adam and one of his girlfriends. It's really, you don't want to be like that.
I'm more like Harley Quinn. Anyways, all right.
I don't know. Harley Quinn admits that she has a boyfriend.
I do have a boyfriend.
You have a boyfriend?
Yeah. Okay.
Who's your boyfriend?
Daniel.
Hey.
Okay. Any more
Anyway.
on Joaquin Phoenix? We'll move on to birthdays and the topic of tonight's episode.
I'm willing to give him a shot. I'm willing to give him a
I'm
shot.
not.
Yeah, I'm kind of with my. I don't know. Anyways, okay, birthdays. Gator and the Bandit himself, Burt Reynolds.
Right on.
Birthday today.
Venom. Great guy.
Frank Drebin, Leslie Nielsen.
Mhm.
Birthday today. Sheryl Crow, Mike Shinoda from Lincoln Park. Did I say that right? Shinoda
I don't know.
from Lincoln Park.
I don't listen to their fucking shit.
I don't either.
Yeah.
And stuntman David Hutchison.
Is he related to the guy from NXS?
Probably.
All right, cool. Yeah.
All right.
on.
Finally, at the 42-minute mark, we're getting to tonight's episode.
Oh, we have a topic.
We do.
Awesome.
All right, trivia. What do these movies have in common? Ripley's Game, Book of Shadows, The Rage, Color of Money, It Runs in the Family, U.S. Marshals, Shock Treatment. What are these movies? What do all these movies have in common?
Sequels.
They are sequels.
Yeah.
So tonight's topics are sequels. Ripley's Game is a sequel to what?
That one I don't know.
Talented Mr. Ripley.
Okay.
I hope you know this. Shock Treatment.
Well, it's a Rocky Horror.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
U.S. Marshals,
Fugitive.
Fugitive.
Book of Shadows.
Blair Witch?
Blair Witch. Yeah.
Yes. The Rage.
That's Carrie.
The Color of Money.
The Hustler.
Man, I'm fucking impressed with you guys. It Runs in the Family.
Ooh, that one I don't know.
/ A Summer Story.
Sorry, stumped us with that
Texas
one.
Chainsaw. What?
Sequel to A Christmas Story.
Christmas Story. Oh yeah, yeah.
Really?
They actually
Okay.
there were 4 sequels to that.
Oh.
But,
Huh,
yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, they did a bunch of them. He wrote a series of books, and the Christmas Story was only based on one of the books that he
Oh,
wrote. Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna read my dialogue real quick.
Do it.
All right. As you all just leave.
Yeah, we don't.
Thanks
Well,
for
read your
calling
dialogue,
me.
man. What do you does?
I'm gonna die over here without some water.
All right. While still in the early months of 2018, we will see approximately 24 sequels in cinema this year. According to the Hollywood Reporter, the highest-grossing sequel of all time is
Terminator 2.
no.
Empire Strikes Back.
Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest, raking in $1.6 billion, $400 million more than the original.
Cheers.
Daniel lost his water on that one.
I'm just so shocked about the facts.
According to since you all make fun of me, I'm quoting my sources from now on.
Supernatural wiki.
According to StackExchange.com, Fall of a Nation in 1916 is
that a porn site?
No.
Okay.
It sounds like it.
Is
does, doesn't
considered
it?
the first
Check out Penn
feature-length
Island.
movie sequel.
What is?
Fall of a Nation 1916.
Okay.
The first feature-length.
Is that a sequel to what?
Birth of a Nation?
Birth of a Nation? Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
With
We made
movie
a sequel to like fucking
the most
Birth of a
racist movie
Nation.
of all time.
The most racist movie of all time gets a sequel.
With movie sequels being nothing new to the Hollywood machine and cinema audiences, flicks were being sequelized on a regular basis starting
What's
around the
Fall of
time.
a Nation about? It's like, oh, we were wrong.
I don't know actually. I have no idea.
I'd love to see. I mean, if it's like a bunch of people like going around killing people in white like sheets, that would be awesome.
It might because it might be. No, 1916 was Ku Klux Klan around 1916.
The Ku Klux Klan is still around, dumbass.
No, back in 1916. Were they around in 1916?
Yes, they were.
Were they? I thought
Well,
that
the
was
Ku Klux Klan has been around forever.
I don't know if they
I
were
thought
that
they were a
big.
little early for that. I didn't think
Huh?
they came around until after segregation was.
Oh God, no, dude. The Ku Klux Klan was around during the Civil War. Birth of a Nation was based on the it was a film based on the Ku Klux Klan, like in 1901 or 1902, whenever that came out, and then but the Ku Klux Klan was like huge in the 1950s, like killing people and stuff. It's horrid.
1865 apparently.
Yeah, see?
Also, I just got put on a government watch list. So
Did you? All right.
So, hey, welcome. Me and you are.
Dude, I got some tie-dyed sheets if you want to look cool about it. You know? It's like,
Okay, where was
we're
I?
one of the good ones.
With movie sequels being nothing new to the Hollywood machine and cinema audiences, flicks were being sequelized on a regular basis, starting around the time of the Universal monster movies, Dracula, Frankenstein, and The Invisible Man, with their follow-ups, Dracula's Daughter, Son of Dracula, Bride of Frankenstein, and Son of Frankenstein. Then with the arrival of I'm getting there, guys.
Yeah,
Then with the arrival of the monster movies,
Slow down,
kaiju
take it
flicks.
cool.
I'm
All right.
getting to the good stuff.
Dude, it's okay. You don't have to speed through it.
King Kong and Godzilla followed quickly with the success of Dr. No and its sequels. Okay.
wait,
Okay.
King Kong was a sequel to Doctor No.
No,
Dude,
no.
yeah, that would rock, wouldn't it?
Up until the
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
King Kong versus Bond.
who would win?
Bond.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, Bond always wins, dude.
Yeah.
But Kong
Yeah.
always wins.
No.
He didn't win in the
He
first
doesn't
one.
win.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
dude.
I was thinking of the sequel.
Yeah, it was
The planes killed the monkey. No. that
wait.
was it.
Beauty killed the beast.
It was Bond that killed the beast.
He'd probably rape it.
Oh, hey, now.
Only if it was Shatner.
Oh,
or,
yeah.
Shatner.
Shut up!
Shatner.
Don't bang on Shatner.
Connery was a very rapey.
Don't. He was not.
He was a. Have you not seen Thunderball?
I have seen all the Connery movies 100
He's
times.
very rapey in Thunderball.
He is
Bond-
not.
Bond did not age well with
No.
today's standards.
I mean, they're great movies, but he's very rapey.
He's not rapey.
Yes, he is.
Leave him alone.
He's a little forward.
Connery rules.
Connery himself.
Just
is very
remember,
rapey.
14 no's and a yes is still a yes.
All right, up until the 70s, the movie sequels had an original title, with releases like Godfather Part 2 and French Connection Part 2. The now standard number title was created. Shit. I gotta stop writing so much dialogue.
Fact.
Fact.
We should do the dialogue before we do the podcast.
According
do a preamble or something.
According to DenaGeek.com, I'm quoting my sources. Flicks will pass through a cycle, ultimately ending at what they call the landfill sequel. To reach this goal,
smoke while he's doing this.
no, I'm almost done. To reach this goal, the flicks must pass several phases: critical phase, which is the original; critical indifference, which is the number 2; critical mauling, which is number 3; and finally, complete self-parody and serious meltdown, which is number 4 in the following movies.
Falling asleep during the podcast is number 5.
Okay, so why sequels? Is it easy money? Is it the fan demand? Is it writers, directors still wanting to live in that world?
I think it's a little bit of everything. Like, for me, a good sequel is one after a movie that has left you wanting more of that universe. And so a good sequel picks you up and puts you back in that universe for more of that story.
So you're on the fans' demand.
Kind of, yeah. Like, I mean, part of it is easy money. I mean, you know, do you create something new and maybe people take a chance on it, or do you create something, a sequel based off something that you know did well?
So is that why the Fast and Furious are still around?
I think that's why the Fast and Furious are still around, but I think things like, for example, the upcoming Pacific Rim sequel, I think that is because they created such an interesting world in the first one. They will have more storytelling, and they want to pick us up and put us back in there, and partially fan demand. And if you are the longtime listener of this podcast, then you know that I have an absolute love for Pacific Rim, and I am all about that sequel.
Hi.
Hello. What do you think?
Yeah, Mike's got that. I disagree with Daniel Grin.
No, I don't. I absolutely don't. I'm not a huge Pacific Rim fan, but I do agree that I think there are several different reasons why sequels are made. I mean, one is fan service, obviously. One is money, but I mean, for instance, like, you know, I don't think that Deadpool 2 is being made for money. I think it's being made for love of the game, and it's absolutely fan service, but it's also but in that respect, it's the fans are the guys that are making the fucking movie too. You know, Deadpool will only go on as long as Ryan Reynolds is all about it, and he fucking loves the character.
Oh yeah, there's no way.
He adores the character. I mean, we all adore him as the character. He's brilliant.
All right, let me ask you this: He dies in a car crash tomorrow.
If he dies in a car crash tomorrow, then Deadpool is done.
Who's Deadpool 3? But
Deadpool is done. No, it's absolutely done. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. It is done. It will never be brought up again. It will be done for all of time. People will try to do it like people have tried to do, you know, Superman and mustaches. It just doesn't work.
That's what I'm asking. Who can do it?
Nobody can do it.
There's not a single person.
There is not a single person. When Deadpool originally came out as a comic book, it was stated in the comic book that the only person that could play me in a movie was Ryan Reynolds.
That's not.
And
true.
that was no. Am I lying?
I believe that was
reference
in the
is
comic.
absolutely true,
I believe that
and that was 10
happen
years
in the
ago
comic.
when he was still doing television sitcoms before he was even in movies.
Did
It was said the only person that could
Deadpool
the only
created
person
in the
that can
90s?
play me in a movie
Yeah,
would be Ryan Reynolds.
3.
It was one of those breaking the fourth wall things. Ryan Reynolds is this character.
Find out when Ryan Reynolds hit it big. Find out when Two Guys a Girl in a Pizza Place.
Okay, it goes
Two
back
Guys, a
that
Girl, and a
long
Pizza
ago.
Place.
That was his
Okay.
big break. Would we not agree that?
Why
that
are
was
we
his big
arguing?
break?
We're supposed to be talking about sequels. We're arguing Deadpool again because Adam doesn't have a sense of humor,
I don't.
and it's like the best.
Two gays.
Two gays.
That's
That's a whole different show.
Gay is a guy. It's like whatever.
Okay, 2 guys, a girl, and a pizza
Wait a minute. Wait,
place.
is that door locked? What the fuck, dude? What did I get into tonight?
1998.
All right.
1998 to 2001. So I think Mike's a little off on his time frame because
Absolutely not.
Deadpool. Well, yeah, because Deadpool didn't lose his mind until
He was a serious character.
Yeah, he was a serious character in the early 90s with Rob Liefeld and all them, and I think he lost his mind either late 90s, early 2000s, and the Deadpool reference
This
was
is
after
open for
Ryan
comments.
moved from TV to movies. But I believe that did
Probably around the
happen.
Van Wilder stage. Who knows? But anyway,
Yeah,
it's I
Yeah,
I don't
although-
remember everything I read.
Yeah, although interestingly, Samuel L. Jackson was also quoted as being the person playing Nick Fury in the comics well before the movies ever existed.
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
And Ultimates, I believe
that was a done deal. Yeah.
Yeah, in Ultimates 1, they're in the plane talking about who would play them in the movies, and they quote, they asked Nick Fury who would play you. He's like, well, there's no one else but Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. But Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool go back a long, long way, and nobody else could ever play that part. It's just a given. As far as there's some fan service that shouldn't be done. Oh gosh, I lost my train on that one.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, if you get it back, let me know.
But I definitely, from as being somebody from the '80s, I mean, I could go see Chucky and Friday the 13th movies all day long, and it doesn't matter what the plot is. I'm just there. It was a blast at the time. A lot of the sequels now are so poorly written.
Right. Did you see the latest Chucky on Netflix?
Oh yeah, I loved it. But I'm just
How did it end? Did it set up another one?
sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm absolutely, I adore Fiona.
The lady doll?
No, his God damn it. The chick that is the protagonist in the last two Chucky movies.
Oh, that's what's his face's daughter in real
Yes.
life. Yeah.
I'm in love with her.
She's in a wheelchair and
Yeah, she was in a wheelchair in the
Chucky,
first one.
right?
She also played the holistic assassin in Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. She's just adorable.
Okay.
Yeah, she's my age, and she's single. She needs to call me.
Okay. All right. Well, she'll listen to the
Fiona
podcast.
Dourif, I love you.
What?
Call me.
Okay, before we move on,
okay.
I've got some answers.
Okay. All right.
So that reference is made in the comic book Deadpool and Cable #2,
Okay.
and they're fighting like a guy who is doing like illegal plastic surgery or whatever, and Deadpool says to Cable, that guy just wanted to change what people look like, and Cable says, well, that's a bad thing, and Deadpool pulls off his mask and says, well, if you look like Ryan Reynolds crossed with so and so,
Okay.
then you would understand. And that issue, I'm looking for the date on it right now, and I believe that is
We're in a comic shop that doesn't have that.
early
issue in stock.
2000, so 2004-ish.
So yeah, he was right. Ben Wilder.
Yeah, so just after he moved into the movies.
Okay. So pros and cons of a sequel.
And we have that comic on sale here at Underdark Comics. If you want to look through the back issues, come on down.
It's probably there somewhere.
It's there somewhere.
What are the pros of a sequel?
You know what you're getting yourself into.
All right.
Oh, there's
Like-
all kinds of.
With few exceptions, you usually can base the sequel off what you know from the original movie. Going back to Pacific Rim, you know that you're going to see giant robots, you're going to see giant battles, and you can go into that with expecting because you've seen the first movie.
Okay.
And just like Justice League, if you saw Batman vs Superman, you knew you were in for a shit show.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
What are the cons?
I think the big one on that one is the overuse on tropes. Like I was talking with Jessica Jones, like that trope is so dead and overused, it is boring. And then you have to deal with doing the same thing twice, like Pacific Rim. If we get the Pacific Rim sequel and it is literally just the first movie again, I'm going to be pissed as a sequel goer because you're doing too much the same, but you can't do too much different either, like Cloverfield has done.
Okay.
The Cloverfield sequels, while good in their own accord, are not Cloverfield sequels.
No, they're kind of well. Was it 10 Cloverfield Lane, 13 Cloverfield Lane.
10
10
Cloverfield
Cloverfield Lane.
That was
and
like
then,
his own
the Cloverfield Experience or whatever.
Paradox.
It just came out. Yeah, that just came out
10
on Netflix.
Cloverfield
It
Lane
screwed
was a movie that had nothing to do with it, and then Abrams and company bought it and was
Wow.
like, why don't we put a Cloverfield alien in it? Didn't even have an alien in the original script.
I don't know. From what I've seen,
Paradox is the same thing.
the Cloverfield's Paradox. They advertised the fuck out of it, and kind of like shanked the viewership on what was an awesome show, which is this that I just watched with the guy that downloaded his mind.
Altered Carbon?
Altered Carbon. It shanked the viewership on Altered Carbon because they were
Speaking
like
of Suicide Squad.
Altered Carbon was fucking brilliant, and
That's what's his face from Suicide Squad.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
yeah.
Yeah, Altered Carbon.
Swedish dude from but it was also James Purefoy is the billionaire guy, he's always brilliant in everything he does.
Yeah, that show's been
Purefoy is
fantastic so
awesome,
far.
yeah.
I'm
Except for V for
a little over
Vendetta,
halfway.
I finished it. It's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I'm not quite finished with it yet. I'm about halfway.
So don't watch Paradox.
I
Oh,
watched
fuck that.
Paradox.
Fuck Cloverfield.
Do watch it or
Paradox.
don't?
I did watch it.
No, was it good? Do watch it or don't watch it?
If you have the choice between that and Altered Carbon, watch Altered Carbon.
Yeah, it's on my queue.
Yeah, definitely watch Altered Carbon. But if Cloverfield Paradox actually reminded me a little bit more of Event Horizon than a Cloverfield
Love
movie.
Event Horizon.
Yeah, if you liked Event Horizon, you'll probably like Cloverfield Paradox.
Yeah, you'll like it. There's no
It
humor
is
involved.
not. That is definitely not a monster movie, and the way they use humor in Cloverfield Paradox is fantastic. It is sparingly. It is in the right places, and they do a really, really good job with that. It is not a monster movie like I thought it was. It was not a Cloverfield.
Even when they fold balloons, there's no humor involved whatsoever. It's great. You'll love it.
Well, one of the things that I hate about sequels is the destruction of what came before it. Like Men in Black, I love the original Men in Black, and while it's not a serious movie, it's very funny. It was.
The sequel's pointless.
It was like a serious take on it while there was humor in it, and then Men in Black 2 was just fucking stupid.
Well, how do you deal with aliens?
What?
Aliens. I mean, fucking dude. I mean, there's no humor involved whatsoever. They totally respect the original source material, and it just fucking goes fucking
but
ballistic.
Men in Black 2 is just like, forget
Men in Black 2 is a joke.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
I don't like the destruction that comes.
Yeah, nobody went and saw it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, there are there are definitely right ways and wrong ways to do a sequel. Like I think Men in Black 2 is a good example of what not to do. Like in the end of Men in Black 1, you mind erase Tommy Lee Jones, and if they're going to do a sequel, it needs to be a prequel sequel. If you want to have Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith, it needs to be a meanwhile while this other thing is going on. This is happening.
If you're gonna close at the end of the movie with and not leave it opening, then you don't need to go back and do it. You have to either
Exactly.
do a prequel. Yeah, exactly.
If you stitch it closed, don't rip the wound
right,
open.
or you bring in different characters. Don't bring the main stars back again. They just needed a paycheck. Fuck them.
All right.
Right.
Yeah, it's a joke.
And
Did you guys like the third one?
is that the one where they time
There's the
travel?
third one.
Josh Brolin played Tommy Lee Jones.
There's a
played,
third one?
Played
Yeah.
a young Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Again, the same
Dude,
thing.
I saw
like, if you
all 10, 12, 11, whatever Friday the 13th movies, and I did zero interest in ever revisiting Men in Black. So, I love they can bring back Jason as many times as they want, and I'll go see the fucking movie.
I like the cartoon. The cartoon was cool.
Friday the 13th?
No, Men in Black. Wait, Friday the 13th have a cartoon?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
We should do it.
Spaceballs did,
That would be awesome.
surprisingly.
Spaceballs did. Yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
I had
Was
no.
that any good?
Huh?
No,
Was that
it was
any-
awful. It was
Dude,
absolutely
there
awful.
was when I was at Comic-Con, there was a dude that did a group that did the Spaceballs stunt doubles. They were fucking awesome.
Oh,
dude.
that's great.
It was brilliant,
That's
dude.
great.
I was so thrilled, and nobody got it. And I was just
Oh,
like,
really?
dude, give me a picture, give me Spaceballs stunt doubles. Nobody caught it. It was awesome. Great cosplay.
Well, we kind of answered my next question. What does it take to write a sequel? We kind of answered that through
A pencil?
a pencil
Yes.
or computer or typewriter.
No pencil.
Who the
Okay.
fuck typed
Yeah,
this?
you start crossing out stuff from the original script and just adding stuff.
The
in.
guy remember at the end of the 80s TV show, he had a typewriter, then he'd flip the paper and it would fly and it would form the
Sid,
logo.
who's Sid? Good
Yeah,
dog.
that guy
Whatever.
uses a typewriter.
I don't know.
Yes, and now your relevant moment from 40 years ago
And Doogie
is
Howser used a word processor.
Okay, now
Jesus, the 80s was 40 years ago. Oh,
no,
jeez.
it wasn't.
No, was it?
What the hell are you talking about?
I was born in 84.
30. No, it's 2018.
Yes.
So the 80s started 38 years ago.
Yeah, but it's not 40.
Yeah, it's not
It's
40.
a damn
Shut up.
close.
Okay. Movies
I'm
left
gonna put on a
open.
Depeche Mode album and just leave me alone.
Movies left open for a sequel, but never happened. Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Okay, yes.
Give me a quick rundown of what you guys want as a sequel.
As a sequel to the Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah.
I don't know. Fast and Furious 19 Mario Kart?
All right.
Okay.
No, I want to see the Super Mario Galaxy story. I with Rosalina and
Okay.
yeah, that's the one I want to see.
Okay,
I
and
think it's
moving on.
Rosalina. That's my favorite. That's my favorite of the Super Mario princesses.
Yeah. Okay. Masters of the Universe, the Dolph Lundgren film.
We did a sequel on that on this podcast.
I know.
Even.
Yeah.
If you are
We
on
going
our
with that
YouTube
one?
channel, and
The only-
light me up.
Well, we did a reboot.
All right.
I guess we did. Yeah, right. We did a reboot.
Okay.
yeah.
With the only way a Masters of the Universe reboot or sequel would work is if you get the guy that did the voice of Skeletor on board to do the voiceover, and then it's going to be fucking brilliant. And it's I mean it's just flat out going to be. I mean people are going to go line up just to hear him fucking. He-Man! At last! I've got you! That's going to be fucking brilliant. I would, dude. If he just did a fucking seminar, I would go. Welcome to my seminar!
Was that Frank Welk? That wasn't Frank Welk.
No, no.
Dude, he's just fucking awesome.
If I remember right, I believe it was the same guy who played.
I have come to decide
Yeah.
how you will
and
rule
Rebel
the universe
Commander,
in my
and he has sadly
stead.
passed away.
That wasn't Welker.
Is he
No.
dead?
I believe he is.
Oh, he was so awesome.
Okay.
I'm gonna double check that, make sure I got the right actor.
All right. Let me know. Okay, the next one. This one actually had a plot, but I want to see if you guys can tell me what it was. Roger Rabbit 2.
Roger Rabbit?
Toon Platoon.
Yeah.
What do you guys think the sequel was? Toon Platoon.
I mean, that's got to be like getting a group of cartoons together to like take over Toonland or something like that, right? Or to repel invaders from
I think
Toonland.
it's a porn. Sounds like a porn. to me.
Everything's a porn.
In
to me.
92,
I know.
In 92, an attempt was actually made with Zemeckis.
Right.
Roger was a soldier in a cartoon war fighting alongside a squadron of classic animated characters. He's still talking about doing it, but doing it mocap this time.
It wouldn't work now.
No? Alright. You guys, you seem to be a fan of this type of stuff. Breakfast Club 2.
Fuck no.
John Hughes
No.
wanted to do it.
I don't know. No.
No. His idea was 10 years later.
Yeah, I don't care.
It was-
Self-contained, wonderful. Leave it alone.
What would have happened 10 years later? They would have been what? They
yeah.
would have been 28, almost 30?
Yeah.
So what would have... Their kids were in
Yeah.
school?
No, 10 years later they would all been, just post-grad.
Yeah.
And it would have been in the 90s. Yeah, I don't think so. I just don't.
It almost happened, but him and Judd, what's his face, didn't get along, so that didn't happen.
Well,
It almost happened.
Judd
And then-
Nelson doesn't get along with anybody.
And then Hughes died. So.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
nobody wants to see that.
Okay. Movies that weren't set up for a sequel, how are we going to sequelize them?
Okay.
All right. 7-2. No, seriously, what's in the box? That's the tagline.
Well, you got to follow the living police officer.
They're both alive.
Yeah, they're both alive.
Oh, then no.
One's insane, yeah.
I mean, Brad Pitt's character is definitely in prison.
No, he's not in prison.
Oh,
Why would he be in prison? For killing him?
He kills Kevin
Yeah, he
Bacon.
actually goes to prison
Huh?
at the end of the movie.
Yeah, because he kills.
No,
Kevin
he does
Bacon's
not go to
character.
prison in the movie.
I bet he does.
He should.
Why?
He's in the back.
Because
He's
he
in the back
gunned
of the
someone
cop
down
car.
in cold blood. He committed murder at the end of the movie.
No, he didn't commit murder. He executed a murderer. That's a different story, guys.
That legally
No.
that is murder.
Dude, he's in handcuffs in the back of
Legally,
the
that
cop
is
car.
in
murder.
front of a jury of your peers. To kill somebody who's killed 7 people is a murder. You really think that they... Okay, you got to remember, this is in front of a jury of your peers. He has to testify, and they have to testify that he killed somebody, okay, in cold blood, that committed murder before him.
So,
All right,
how are we going to
yeah.
sequelize it?
All right, let's...
That-
all right, no, okay, all right. let's just go with Bernie Getz. Okay, do you remember Bernie Getz? Bernard Getz,
Subway.
so
shooter?
the subway shooter who never spent a moment in prison. Okay,
What was he, Brad
so
Pitt,
no,
though?
Brad Pitt would never have spent a moment in jail from what he did in that movie.
Well, here's how
They had
actually,
evidence. They had solid evidence that this person that they were with had committed murder. There's no way that Brad Pitt spent 1 second in jail. They didn't handcuff him when they took him off in the end of the movie. Okay, he went to psychotherapy. He did not spend 1 second in jail. He probably didn't even go to court.
Well, I don't know enough about the court case to comment on it, but what Brad Pitt does at the end of 7, he should be arrested and...
Oh, God, no.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely
Hang
not.
on.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that the laws have purpose, and
The
letter of the laws...
The letter of the law is what?
He did not
What law?
shoot...
Tell me the letter of the law.
It's called fucking
Wait,
murder.
wait,
No,
Mike.
it's not murder. It is not murder.
Yes, because he was not acting in
It's-
self-defense as a police officer.
Okay. So
If he threatened his life, then it wouldn't be murder. It would be self-defense.
So
So it's
is
not.
that-
He was
is
on
it-
his knees and he gunned him down.
is that going to be our sequel then? The court case?
Like, I guess you could. I
Okay,
don't think it's really much of a
so many
sequel to
different-
7.
Do you want to know how they actually tried to sequelize it?
I would
Okay.
love to, yes.
Morgan Freeman's character was going to have clairvoyancy.
No,
and,
fuck
and
that.
it was going to be a supernatural movie.
No.
They
no.
turned it in.
Yeah, no.
They turned it. That script turned into a Colin Farrell / Anthony Hopkins movie called Solace.
Interesting,
Okay, now
okay.
there's the way the law.
Right.
You want the law to work, and there's the way the law actually does work. And there's something called extenuating circumstances, and he would never have gone. He would never have spent 1 minute in jail.
Okay.
Not 1 minute.
Yeah,
Not 1 minute. Extenuating
Okay, so our
circumstances.
answer for the Skeletor question.
Right.
It is not the actor who played Cobra Commander and Starscream, who unfortunately is passed away.
Okay.
It is Alan Oppenheimer, who is currently 87 and still alive and doing well.
Right on. Get his phone number.
Come
Okay.
to Malcon,
Okay. So
Illinois, in April.
the next sequel, E.T. 2. This call cannot be completed as filed.
Oh fuck that.
How are we going to sequelize it?
Mothership starts beaming up ET and then just drops him. Just sorry.
Back on Earth?
Yeah, just like the tractor beam, like missile hits ship, tractor beam drops. ET antics continue.
I couldn't care less. I used the first one.
Okay. you
Yeah,
know-
I mean ET. That's a terrible
Okay, this is how
choice.
they actually tried to sequelize it.
Oh, there was really a try.
The
Okay.
the
Couldn't
aliens,
care less.
the ET species return
Uh,
to invade Earth as a conquering species, and ET saves Earth. That was the plan.
oh, okay.
Okay, I can kind of see that working, but I would not want to see that film.
No.
Okay, I know this one. I know this one's a serious movie. I'm not making fun of the content. It's just kind of fun. Okay. Schindler's List 2. This time it's personal. How are we going to sequelize this? I'd never seen it. Did they finish Schindler's List?
That was on Robot Chicken. I don't care, dude. It's a joke. I don't.
That was actually on Robot
That was
Chicken?
actually on Robot Chicken.
I made that up. I
Oh,
thought I
okay.
did.
No.
Yeah,
it
so I
was
think-
on Robot Chicken.
Titanic 2. The return of the effing song.
They,
That better not have been on.
they've
fucking
done
Robot
Starship,
Chicken.
Titanic, and Titanic. I mean, there's so many Titanic.
Starship Titanic.
Yes.
On what?
Oh my God, dude. 3 different formats. There was a Douglas Adams type.
Who's Douglas Adams?
The guy who wrote Hitchhiker's
Oh
Guide
my
to the
God.
Galaxy.
I've never read it.
All right.
Really? Oh, you
Oh
wouldn't
my
like
God.
it because it's funny.
Oh, okay.
But it's one of the best science fiction geek books ever written. It's a trilogy, actually. There's 5 books in it, and it is fantastic if you have not read it.
Seriously?
So
You
how-
don't know who Douglas Adams is?
So how would we sequelize Titanic 2?
It would be Starship Titanic. There have been 3 different versions.
So you're gonna
That I know of
You're gonna
offhand.
change the whole genre of the movie.
You
You can't continue. the
You
story?
can't.
how
you
can
can't,
you continue the story?
You find Jack's frozen body in the bottom of the river.
Yeah,
the river, the ocean.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was made up to begin with. So
Yeah, so the issue with Titanic was it's based roughly on historical events,
Right.
and nothing exciting happened after that for those people, really. I mean, the boat ride, like, if you were doing Titanic 2,
Yeah.
the logical place would be the rescue boat now has sinking problems. But
Yeah.
historically, it didn't.
one of the more fun ones was in Supernatural. They
Never
saved the Titanic to create 50,000 new
That-
souls.
I really liked that episode.
that
that
was a
episode
good
was a
episode.
lot of
Did
fun.
you watch the last week's episode?
No, I'm really far behind.
You want to hear how they
It's
actually
fucking
tried to
awesome.
sequelize it?
Yeah, yeah.
just made it
that's-
up. They didn't try
Oh,
to
okay. Well, that would make sense.
What movie franchise? Okay, we're at trivia now. What
Weren't
movie,
we before?
No. What movie franchise has the most sequels?
What movie franchise has most sequels? Friday the 13th.
Nope, not even close.
Oh, Bond. I'm sorry.
Nope, not even Bond.
I would have said Elm Street, but that's probably not right.
No.
Bond beats all of them. I mean, Bond's
Friday-
Friday,
right.
Friday has more sequels than.
Yeah.
Mhm. Bond has like 24.
No, Friday 13th has more sequels than.
Yeah, Elm Street. Yeah, I don't know.
Godzilla.
Beats Bond?
29 sequels.
How many sequels does Bond have?
24.
24? 24 to 29? Okay.
25 if they ever get.
You know, like,
if they ever get.
see the
to
crap Bond or the crap Godzilla. No, you don't watch Godzilla. Never mind. No, I'm not gonna ask you. There's a
Uh,
crap Godzilla thing on Netflix right now.
It's on my queue. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh.
No good?
But you
The
know,
anime?
It's Starship Troopers with Godzilla in the background. Is what it is. It's,
but you know, has
I like
more,
Starship
you know,
Troopers.
has more sequels. Than
okay,
even
it's a
Friday
bad
13th.
Starship Troopers with Godzilla in the background. It's like a heat image of Godzilla, and there's Starship. You know, it's a fake Starship Troopers.
Is it
thing.
another Godzilla
Just watch
movie
Star
with
Troopers.
no Godzilla in it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Come on, people. If you're going
It's a joke.
to make
It's-
a monster movie,
I know
put
they
the
should have done
monster
it
in
as a
it.
series instead of like movie. You know they're trying to do it as episodic movies instead of a series, and it's a joke.
What actor played?
Just no addressing.
Meanwhile-
just ends like these two idiots. This is the last podcast I am doing.
What actor played the same? What actor played the same character the most in a long running movie franchise?
Oh, that's Jason from Friday the 13th.
No, it's the same actor.
Kane didn't play in that much.
Kane Hodder only did like
yeah, he-
4. or
yeah.
something.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought he did
they
most of
replaced
them.
him a couple of times. And,
Oh, I didn't realize that, okay.
But he played him most, but of that series. But I don't know, Sean Connery,
He only did 5.
6, 7, something like that.
But here's a clue. It's you got the right franchise.
It is Bond.
Then it's Roger Moore. Oh, Q.
Yep. Desmond Llewellyn.
Desmond Llewellyn, yes.
Played,
Absolutely.
how many times would you guess?
I'd say 14.
17 times.
Right on.
Jim Varney played Ernest P. Worrell 9 times. Robert Englund played Freddy Krueger 8 times. The Radcliffe, Watson, Grant, they all played 8 times. What movie character, not counting TV, has been played by the most actors?
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes, yeah.
I'm not counting the movies.
I thought you said movies, but not TV.
Or I'm not counting TV. Yeah, you're right.
It is Sherlock Holmes? Okay.
Also, Batman had 6 actors.
And Dracula.
James Bond had 6 actors. Dracula has... Yeah, actually, I thought that
How many Dracula have? 6?
No. Movie-wise?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wrote Dracula.
Dracula's that shit.
Oh, you just wrote it down with no information?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thorough diligence.
What?
You had the names and the numbers. I was
8
so
weeks
happy
without
for
a
you. So
podcast.
proud of you.
Dude.
8 weeks out without a podcast. He's totally prepared. All right.
We're here. I wrote down. I did some research on some sequels. Here, in my opinion, this is just subjective. Worst titles for sequels: Alvin and Chipmunks: The Squeakquel.
Oh, I liked the pun. Like, the movie franchise is terrible, but when they came out with The Squeakquel, that made me happy.
Alvin and Chipmunks: Chipwrecked.
Okay, that one's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That one was pretty bad.
Speed 2: Cruise Control.
That was not bad. I mean,
Yeah,
as
I
far as
didn't
the
mind.
title.
I'm just talking about the title itself.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
As
I didn't
far
mind
as the
the
title,
title,
that's pretty. I mean,
They're-
I
they're
don't think I
on
could
a-
have come up with anything better.
They're on a cruise ship. I mean,
Yeah, and It makes sense in context. I like that.
Okay.
All
Ginger Dead Man 2: Passion of the Crust.
See, I like in context of the time. At the time, you got to remember the Passion of the Christ was huge at that time. See, I really, I mean, as far as I think Die Harder was like, pretty pathetic for the time, but it's a great movie. Die Hard 2, Die Harder. Okay.
Air Bud 7th Inning Fetch.
It's a good fucking movie, dude. You watch that?
No.
Wait,
I do.
seriously?
I do own the
Okay, I would seriously. Okay.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah, that was terrible.
All those movies are terrible.
Well, I'm just talking about titles.
Yeah, the title's terrible.
All those
The
titles are terrible.
Bad News Bears and Breaking Training.
That was
That was a good
That
movie.
doesn't seem bad.
I like that movie.
I mean, I guess I don't. Yeah, I think it was fine.
Yeah, it was the 70s, man. It was fun.
Okay, these are what I like for sequels. This again, just a
Yeah,
title.
we're just talking about titles. Yeah.
What ones do you like, Adam?
Live Free or Die Hard. I thought that was a cool title.
Uh-huh.
Live
Yeah, but
Free or Die
Yeah,
the
it was
movie was
okay.
fucking horrible, though.
I'm talking about title. Just
It was
title.
I know, but
Yeah,
dude.
we're naming our sequel here. Okay.
A Good Day to Die Hard. I like that one too. The title. I thought that was a good title. A Good Day to Die Hard. Come on, that's kind of cool.
No.
It's better than Die Hard 4.
That's fair, but then you start running into that issue, like you
How
don't know
about-
which order to watch them in.
How about Die Hard 4? There aren't any terrorists in this one, and it's really going to suck. That would have been my title.
I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The movie's
all right.
horrible. H2O.
That fucking sucked balls.
I
dude.
like the title.
Why?
Was it the
Does it-
20th movie in the franchise?
What does it mean?
Okay.
In what context does that make sense?
It was the 20th
Because it
movie
was
in the-
Halloween 20
or not 20th.
No,
movie,
I
it was
get
the
that,
20th,
but
anniversary.
anniversary. Oh,
But
okay.
but it makes it. But see, the thing is, it makes a double. The title indicates a double meaning. When does water come into play?
They drink it.
Exactly.
I'll go with Mike. It should have
Yeah,
had a
and
heavy
it
water
makes
theme.
no sense. It should have been called, Halloween, the 20th anniversary, or
It
something.
does-
But H2O makes no sense.
It does rain at the end of the movie.
No, it doesn't. It
does too.
I understand that, but in context of the movie,
Yeah, it should have been
that makes
LL
no
Cool J's
sense
in it.
whatsoever.
LL
Huh?
Cool J's in it.
Yeah, but it's
How is that-
confusing. As a title, it's
H2O,
fucking
LL Cool J,
confusing as
hello.
hell. If the movie, if it was Aquaman meets Michael Myers, yeah.
Well, no,
but
it was like Friday 13th, the Manhattan one, where he's on the boat for 3/4 of the movie. Like that
Sure,
would make
sure,
sense.
yeah,
You
that
know,
would make sense.
I can get
but-
behind that. Yeah.
Jason goes to Waterworld and fights.
Hey,
that
was one of my favorite Friday 13th.
Takes Manhattan.
I like it.
I love Takes Manhattan.
You
Takes
gave- you
Manhattan
gave me a
fucking
copy of
rocks.
Yeah.
You know what? You know why Takes Manhattan fucking rock? Because of the ending.
I don't remember how it is.
Exactly. Because you're not a fan, baby.
Not as much.
Okay, just because I just rewatched it like a couple months ago, it's like the sewer floods and
It goes to fucking hell, baby.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It
Again?
fucking
it happens all the time.
again. No, that's the original right there. That's where he actually physically goes to hell. In the end of Jason Takes Manhattan, that's when he actually goes to hell.
And then in the movie, Jason goes to hell. He goes to hell again.
Well, yeah, because they kill him,
Yes,
and then
yeah, it's
So he goes to hell twice.
you have to,
multiple times. Yes.
you need to
That
sit
play-
down
that place-
and watch them in order and understand.
That place has got like a swinging door, like Arkham
See,
Asylum.
don't just take a girl to make out with to watch these. You got to watch them seriously and
I
take
watched the
them.
movie by
I
myself.
was say, I thought you
man.
were like a slasher fanatic. I thought that was like
Nah.
your genre.
Not the Friday movies.
Oh,
they're
fair.
boring. They're boring.
They're not boring.
Oh, yeah.
How about-
They're the
oh
best.
my god!
Of the three, it's the best.
dude.
Of the three,
Yeah, of Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th.
Hallow-
Friday the 13th is the best.
Halloween 2 are awesome. Halloween 3 is awesome, but for a different reason.
For different reasons.
Friday the 13th, the original is cool. 2 is cool. Jason X is cool for a whole different reason.
Jason X is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Jason X rules.
Nightmare 1 is awesome.
Nightmare 1 and 2 are both.
Two-
Nightmare 1, 2, and 3 are great.
Yes.
After that, it gets kind of.
Is four Dream Warriors? Is that one?
No, that's 3.
Is that 3? I really like 3. I
Four
really
is
like
Dream
3.
Child.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 is highly underappreciated. I'm glad you said 2 because 2 is awesome.
Yeah.
Very-
You've got the body and I've got the brain.
Very
yeah,
holy
it's
roller.
awesome stuff.
Well, that leads me into my next one. Recommendations of sequels. What would you recommend?
Sequels of what? Well, Terminator 2,
The
Aliens.
good ones, bad ones.
Terminator, as far as awesome ones,
You-
Terminator
you
2, Aliens.
You want to talk about a shitty
Empire Strikes
sequel
Back.
name? You want to talk about a shitty sequel name? Aliens.
Actually,
That's terrible.
well, it's telling you exactly what you're getting because in the first one you only got one alien. In the second one you're getting a ton of aliens.
That's awful.
Well, it's
That
not.
is
It's not
so bad.
No, that's what
Yeah.
you mean. You're talking about Aliens.
Yeah, I'm talking about the title, not the movie. The movie's great.
Well, it's not. It's
the
not.
movie's great.
Okay, but the title. The title is Aliens.
awful. Yeah, is Aliens.
But it's telling you
That's
what you're
brilliant.
getting.
No, dude.
no,
It tells
that
you
was
exactly.
stupid.
Okay, dude. It tells you exactly what's going on there. You're taking the first movie and you're multiplying it. I mean, it tells you exactly what you're getting into.
I hated that.
Oh, I
name.
fucking love it.
I hate the name.
Oh, they mostly come at night. Mostly, it's great stuff, dude. I love that
the
movie.
movie's great. Don't get me wrong, the movie's
It's
fantastic.
Aliens. There's more than one. In the first one, okay. You got to remember though. The first one is a horror movie. The second one is a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, the
Okay.
first one should be called Aliens. The second one should be Aliens 2.
No, the first one
Yes.
is Alien. There's one alien, and it's a horror movie.
There were two
Alien-
aliens in that movie.
In Alien?
Yes.
No.
it's just
Yes,
one.
you had the face hugger, and then you had the
They're
xenomorph.
the same. They're
No.
the same species. They're the same. They're part of the
Same
And there's
thing.
still multiple aliens.
No.
They are
no,
not
no,
one
no,
of the
no,
same
no.
thing. You had the one face
No,
hugger.
you had the face
and
hugger.
then you had the xenomorph. Two aliens in that movie.
They're different. They're different
No.
stages of the same.
Different stages of the same alien.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
if you said if we had one human, it'd be like, well, at one point it was a sperm and an egg.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Yeah. It's the.
I'm sorry, if my sperm came out with giant tentacle-y things that jumped on your face and shoved eggs down your throat.
Mine does, ladies. Mine does.
If
How-
you're into
Well,
that
you
kind
know.
of thing.
How do you think babies are made?
Help! Send help!
Okay, yeah, so if someone came up to you and be like, Mike Stambridge, give me a good sequel to watch.
What the best sequel to watch of all time?
In your own
I
opinion.
know. The best. Oh God. Wrath of Khan then.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
best
Wrath of
sequel
Khan
of all
was great.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's all. Yeah, the first movie's all set up to. Yeah.
Yeah, Wrath of Khan was great. And actually Shatner acting well ish for the first time.
Don't start messing with Shatner, dude.
So well, okay. So
We're gonna throw down if you mess with Shatner.
Of movies with really good sequels.
Or it can
a
just be
ding-
one. Maybe it's not a good sequel, but it's something that you like.
For me, it's two of them. It's A Dame to Kill For from the Sin City franchise.
Man, I have tried so hard to get through that, and I can't get.
Oh,
through it.
I really, really like that sequel. And then Boondock Saints All Saints Day.
I've been trying to get through that one too.
Really? I like.
Did you
oh.
like that one?
They're okay. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say that they're brilliant. They're
No, they're not. Like
I don't think
Dame
they,
to Kill
they
For
top-
was.
I don't think they top their originals.
No?
And unlike some of the things that I would,
I'd put Dame to Kill For on the same par as Sin City.
I could be a douche and say Godfather 2, but I'm not going to because it is brilliant, but it's not, But it's a douche move.
I'm gonna. I actually prefer this over the original. Everyone hates it. Well, not everyone hates it, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Yeah, you're a douche.
I like it. It's fun. It has humor. It's got a lot of humor in it.
It is funnier than the first one. And so is Evil Dead 2. I mean, Evil Dead 2 is fucking brilliant.
But Evil Dead was so scary, man. They really.
Evil Dead was fucking scary, but Evil Dead 2 is fucking insanely cool.
Yeah.
Evil Dead 3 is just off the charts, but
I was really confused when I started watching that franchise. I thought Evil Dead 2 was going to be a legitimate sequel to Evil Dead 1.
yeah, I know.
And it's not. It's a
not.
remake.
No, it's just Bruce Campbell going fucking ballistically nuts, and it's awesome. And then you just get into a whole different thing. But
Okay. We've got 2 more minutes. Any more Deadpool 2 comments you want?
any more Deadpool 2 comments I want to make?
Or any other comments?
Or Joker. We're on a huge tangent with Joker.
Joker.
No, we could bag on. I could fill a day with Joker arguments, but
Didn't you already?
Anything else you want to bring up about sequels or news?
I love Heath Ledger as an actor, but his fucking Joker was not the fucking most brilliant thing on the face of the planet and didn't deserve an Academy Award.
I'm sorry.
If you die, you get an Academy Award. That's brilliant.
Sorry I brought it up.
Anything news or anything you want
to? Malcon.
We don't know anything about it. Just know the name.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
Malcon.
to? Well, are you guys gonna set it up so people know?
We don't know anything about it yet, so let's not talk about it. We'll talk about it next week.
Okay.
We got video coming up though. Tell us about that.
Yeah. Rat. We're doing a video series called Rank and File where we rank and file just ridiculous stuff from pop culture. We're gonna rank them and then we're gonna file them. Right. We got coming up.
But it's gonna be on video.
If we're naming the show Rank and File, one of our first episodes has to be about zombie movies.
Why?
Because
it's Rank and File.
What does that mean? What does that got to do with zombies? I don't like zombies.
Someone come to Quincy and save us.
All right.
I told you the only zombie movies
we're gonna guide Adam through this process of Rank and File.
Are the Godfather ones.
And Google. What?
The Godfather zombies, the Romero zombies.
Yeah.
Why are we doing Rank and File on those?
No, just in general. Like one of the first ones should be about zombies and zombie movies and zombie cinema. We should do something like that for Rank and File.
But everyone does that. I want to do ridiculous stuff.
We're gonna do ridiculous.
We'll do ridiculous stuff about zombies.
Okay.
All right.
We can do ridiculous zombies.
We could do like the top 10 best zombie bites or something like that. Or zombie kills.
We've got a president who's a ridiculous zombie. Come on, we can do this stuff.
Hey, I already got our political commentary in there.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to plug? We're at the end.
No, buy my stuff off eBay. I need money.
Well, tell them how to get to you.
No, I don't care. It's a joke.
All right.
Damage Control Podcasting has been recorded at Underdark Comics and Games in Quincy, Illinois. Come check us out on Facebook at Facebook/Underdark Comics, or check us on the internet at underdarkquincy.com. Send us a Facebook message, send us an email, stop in and say hi.
You do that so professionally. Now listen to me stumble through this shit.
Yeah, you don't even know where we're at.
Meanwhile, back at the computer.
So listen to me. Okay, so the podcasting thing's going to get an upgrade.
This podcast thing.
This podcast thing is going to get an upgrade.
I'm buying new equipment, new audio equipment.
I'm Earl Shy, but I will paint this podcast for $39.95.
I'm getting new audio equipment, new microphones. We're doing the shows on YouTube, Rank and File. With comic book movies coming out, Daniel's going to do his money shots.
Yep.
Money shots.
We got check us out on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, and YouTube, and SoundCloud.
There you go.
All
Hey,
right.
you hit them all.
I hit them all this time.
Clorox.
But
It's great for cleaning your floors.
But check us out where? Like how do we go there? Like you just
Damage Control Podcasting. That's everything.
like except for Twitter, which is
Damn Cam. Right?
I don't think so. I think it's at Damn Control.
Fucking
Damage Control Podcasting. All the links can be found below this podcast.
And don't we have like an email thing?
Yes.
We have an email thing.
No one.
Email us at our email thing. DamageControlPodcasting at gmail.com.
No one emails me but like junk. Like, you want a bigger wiener? Then that's all I
We
get.
want bigger wieners
Yeah,
at
I noticed. Have you checked
it
DamageControlPodcasting.com.
out?
Yeah, my laptop accidentally logged me into the Damage Control when we were setting up all the social media stuff,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was a ghost town of an inbox except for something that was obviously meant for Adam, and I did not click on it.
Like, I want someone to write.
Email us now at I need bigger wieners at yahoo.com.
And no one like no one gets on there to call me twat anymore off of YouTube.
Well, yeah, we have to have YouTube videos for that to happen.
Yeah,
Twat at gmail.com. Email us now.
No, none of those.
We're waiting for your calls.
Not really. No, we're not.
done.